Hello and welcome to the legendary world of Minecraft Legends. This is the Legends of Minecraft podcast, and I am Kaboom, and I am joined with
Hound 4004, aloha.
Aloha Hound. How have you been?
I'm doing legendary, except I hate having piglins thrown at my back, but other than that, I've been doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I actually enjoy piglins being thrown at my back. It's been fun. It's been a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed watching your video on it and your perspective. And I think we're going to get into this a little bit, but man, that round 10 is a doozy.
Boy, is it. I mean, it's a new month, which means a new Lost Legends, and they have been ramping them up recently. Like, they started off like fun with different challenges, but now it's gotten downright hard with some really fun and interesting challenges.
Yeah, this has been the last two Lost Legends. I think have been A to A minuses. I'm not gonna say A plus because part of what I do is look at the things I think would make the game A plus. But man, from some of the original Lost Legends, to these last two, the Creeper Crash and now When Pigs Fly, have been awesome. I mean, these are just even if you don't play campaign or do versus, these are really cool games that I would recommend anyone who has this downloaded on their Xbox and they have not opened it in the last 2 months or 3 months. Go and open the game, get in and play these Lost Legends because that's how much fun these are. And we're critical on this podcast. So when we say that, you can trust us.
We're
If it
professionals.
was, yeah, yeah. If there's something that bothers us, we're gonna let you know. But as far as these last couple Lost Legends, they have been a blast.
And I gotta say, I mean, you referenced my video at the beginning, but your tips and tricks, like, this one is a harder one, and you really go into some fun and interesting and really game-changing things depending on how you decide to play this Lost Legends in your tips and tricks video, because there's just so much going on in this Lost Legend.
Yeah, and you know what? That's the thing that I really like about this one and the Creeper Clash one is I sat down with a piece of paper and I was like, oh my gosh, there's like no super cheesy thing to do here. Like if you don't play the first 9 rounds correctly, you won't be in a position to win it on the 10th round. So there is a lot of strategy that goes into those first. I would even say the first 9 rounds, or the first 8 rounds, uh, because round 9 and 10 get a lot more difficult. 9 it steps it up, and then 10 is like, what? What just happened? And yeah, and so if you go in, if you haven't upgraded correctly, and if you haven't managed your resources up to that point, you'll find yourself running around just trying to stay alive and having no troops and not knowing what to do. So, and I think you see that a lot from what I've talked to a lot of people. They're like, "Yeah, I made it to round 10, and then everything went back."
I know personally, I felt like I was hit by a huge semi truck when it hit that round. Like, it it was going so well, and then it just went so wrong.
Yeah, and it's like so you've got three of all the big bosses. You got three lava launchers. You got three armadillos, which both of us love, and you got three of the brutes, and then you just got all these waves and the engineers. And so I really think uh, I really think the most important thing to do on that round is to get those engineers taken care of and then whittle away those troops slowly. And like Hound said, if you are interested in that, check out my guide. I think it is a pretty helpful thing. And then I found out after I made that guide that you can actually despawn the mob spawners for 100 lapis.
And I did
So
not know that. That would have been like a game changer for me. So
yeah, do you think you would have beat level 10 if you had that? If you had known that?
no.
Because I watched your gameplay, I was like, oh, I bet you Hound probably could have beaten that. Because there's a couple times where you get to round 10 and you've used up all your resources and, you're spawning in cobblestone golems and patting them on their back and going, do a good job, guys. Go tackle that brute. Oh, they all died. Oh, this
I
is embarrassing.
I felt so bad. It's like I'm creating these. I'm bringing these guys into this world, and I know before I even see the piglin in the corner of my screen. I know I'm just sending them right off to their death. It's like it was nice
Yeah.
knowing you.
Have fun, guys. Yeah, there was a couple times like that. So, currently though, right now, actually no, I'll save that till the end. Remind me to share that with you at the end of this video. There's my next project that I'm working on, which should be out Monday. It's very interesting.
Well, I'll be excited to
But
hear about that. So yeah.
yeah, yeah. So that'll be at the end. So everyone stay in till the end to hear about that. But not to go off on that tangent right now. Here's the A+ part we were talking about earlier. Were you disappointed that the big bosses don't jump into the pit?
Well, I mean, I think that's what allowed me to at least get to round 10. If there would have been those bosses in there, then I'm not sure I would have gotten as far. So in a funny way, I'm glad that they didn't, but in a serious way, what was that? The Devourer, I believe it is. The one who is super McNasty, that they were able to affect your game from on top of the balcony. So it would have made sense if they would have jumped on in and joined the party, but
Yeah, that's what I was kind of hoping. I was hoping that, like, when you hit a certain level, like every 10 levels, one of the big guys would jump in and you'd battle them. And then maybe like one of the really super high levels, you would get to fight the big boss. Like, uh, but again, not to take away from this Lost Legends, this was awesome. I was just a little disappointed that they were only up on the edge. I was like, ooh, this would have been really cool. But
well, I'm sorry. I'm gonna, and I know this. I'm bringing it into a super side tangent, but when I first play these Lost Legends, like I try to be super unknowledgeable about them. I know they come out with an article, and I choose not to read it. I go into the game and try and figure it out as a person who has not played this Lost Legends before. Because guess what? I had not played this Lost Legends before, so like I truly go in knowing nothing, not even, some out there info about it.
hmm,
And my first thing was I saw them up there on the balcony, and the first thing I did was go over to get the skeletons, and I was so confused. It was before the first wave had started, and I was like, why aren't the skeletons shooting up there at them? And
you
then
know,
I
I
finally learned the how the game was supposed to go, but at first it kind of threw me. It's like there's those guys up there. Come on, skeletons.
start shooting. What are you doing? It's not break time. Yeah, I've been running this game a lot. Like, probably, oh my gosh, 2 dozen times I've run through the first 9 waves to look at upgrading, to basically kind of see whether the upgrading is randomized and how high on levels you could get on different things. And uh, one of the times I spawned in, who's the guy that runs? I forget their names. It's not the Devourer. The it's not the bad. Is it the bad? Is it the guy who attacks your villages in the campaign
Oh
mode?
yeah, yeah. The beast. No. Yeah, yeah. The beast. Right? Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go with that. He
Let's go
fell
with
into
that.
let's he fell into the pit, and uh I was like, "Oh my gosh, I get to kill him." And so I ran over and started swiping at the sword, and I kept trying to target my troops on him. He could kill me, but he wasn't taking any damage. So
Ooh,
yeah, so they did. There's something there where there's not a hitbox on them, but they have their animation and their attack sequence up there.
perfect, perfect. Yeah, pigs that can kill you, but you can't kill them.
Yeah, they. But I. I was. Oh shoot! I'm drawing a blank. What was I gonna say? Quick, cover for me, Hound.
Um, uh, well, I guess as a filler, there's one thing, and out of everything serious that we could talk about, there's one thing that I wished this Lost Legends had, kind of like what we talked about earlier with the running out of lapis. I wish this in particular Lost Legends had a give up and put an L on my forehead button somewhere.
Oh really?
I wish that it had a forfeit button because
uh.
you have 3 lives in this Lost Legends, and it's very forgiving. And I made it through all the rounds, not losing a single life. Like, I was stacked in there. I mean, my troops died left and right, but I was doing just fine. Well, now here I run out of lapis and, um, have all my health, and now I'm just running around like a chicken with my head cut off. Well, I finally die once. Well, that's great. I respawn back in, and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
well, I already died the last time. I don't have any more lapis than I did before. So then I died again and respawned again and died again. It's like, that's just insult to injury. I couldn't do anything after I respawned anyway.
Yeah, I was really surprised that they didn't have emergency supplies or like some refurbishing of the resources where they, where like maybe when you died, you got all your resources refilled
Right,
back to
yeah.
200. Because then that would make it like, oh, I died. Okay, well, that's fine. I died. I've got 200 lapis. I can continue the game. Without that, it's just like, I'm going to run around until they finally catch me.
Exactly. Well, and the most scary part, and I think I really like chopped it off in my video, but it was like genuinely a horror film as I was playing with it. I went, I mean, there was nothing left for me to do, so I ran over to the wall and it gets all zoomed in, and it's like here in the distance. It's like I think there might be a bit of a fog effect or something, I don't know. But here they come slowly, step by step, just walking in my direction. It's like here's all this open space between me and them, and it's lessening and lessening. It's like here they come. It's like actually scary.
You should put the Jaws overlay on there. Dude, 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 dude. That would have been good. That'd be a good clip. You should put that out as a short. That would
I
be
might I
good.
might have to do that, yeah.
Yeah, I'd like it. That's yeah. I do remember what I was gonna say. If people have beat the 10 levels and they want to take on this challenge, over at Minecraft Legends Speedrun, I've submitted my video for the fastest 10 rounds.
Nice.
I'm under 25 minutes. I think I might even be able to get 20 minutes. That's my next goal that I'm shooting for. But if if anyone listening to this is interested, try to beat that time and submit it over there. And yeah, this could turn into a really fun thing where people are challenging themselves not to just beat the game, but how fast they can beat the game.
Well, I gotta be honest, and I mean this is taking away again, but I as since you've been doing it on your streams, and I don't know if there's a correlation or something, but I've seen a lot more words combined together of Minecraft Legends and speedrunning. Like that seems to be an increasing thing that you can do, and I think that's so cool.
Yeah, over there they've got all the different legends and Lost Legends, and then the campaign mode, and then first portal. So if you have a certain Lost Legends that is your favorite, and you really really like it, and you're really really good at that one, go see what the time is, and then try to beat it. It is a lot of fun, and I actually Void and Exotic Panda hold a lot of those records, and I've been able to get a couple records up there. But the more the merrier. This is one of the things with speedrunning is the competition is what is part of what makes it so much fun.
Definitely.
So, how does there anything else you wanted to say about this Lost Legends
You know,
before we?
I mean, other than what's already been said, it really, really a fun one. Just another bit of things that I thought was interesting. At first, so I don't say this often, but when we got the name of the game at Minecraft, what is it called? It changes like every other week, but is it Minecraft Now or Minecraft Monthly? Whatever the official Minecraft's YouTube monthly series is right now.
Hmm.
With Vu Bui, it was not this last week, but I think the week before that. They spent this entire video talking about the new trial chambers for regular Minecraft, and then all of a sudden, right there in the middle of this video, they announced this Minecraft Lost Legends for Minecraft Legends. Now it seemed out of place, but when I first saw this video, I was like, "Well, they're talking about it on their YouTube channel. It must be out, right?" But no, it was not out. So that threw me for a loop at first, but
Mm.
here we have it now and we get to talk about it. So it all works out.
Yeah, and I'm so glad you told me about that because I had actually I don't know how I missed that video, but I missed it and I didn't even see that section in the video. But I actually downloaded the video and cut out the Minecraft Legends section, and I watched that thing frame by frame and looking for like any little detail. And the wording that they had in that video was different than the wording that they had on the Portal Pile video, which is complete 20 rounds to get the reward. And this one, it was different the way they said it. And I said, "Wait a second, what?" And I went back to the first part where where he goes, "Fight as many waves as the piglins can throw at you." And then at the end of the video, it said, "Complete at least 10 waves," or something. I have a video on it if anyone's interested to go check that out. And then I went and I pulled up Portal Pile, and I looked at the wording there, and I was like, "It's different. It's different. Oh my gosh, we might have endless waves." And I was so excited. I don't know if anyone watched my live stream, but I kind of lost it. I'll just put it that way. When they went to endless waves, because I'm really excited about that. Though there's some more to talk about there later. I'll talk a little bit later about it. Um, there's in my mind the waves, the endless waves, is like if anyone's ever played any of the games like zombies and stuff, everyone's always trying to see the highest wave they can get up to. So, uh, yeah, I guess I can kind of share it here now, so since it kind of fits in here, but uh, and it kind of fits in with my what I'm working on right now. Is I'm gonna put a video out on Monday, and in that video, will be hopefully my highest wave to that point. And in that video, what I'd love for people to do is come to that video. It's not going to be the whole waves. That would be like a 4 hour video. It'll be just like the top like wave, like just me playing that top wave. And I would love for people to come and put down in my comment section the highest wave, the highest number of waves that you've gotten to, even in the video comment section of this podcast. Let me know what is the highest wave you've gotten to, and what is the highest wave you think you can get to, because I think I can get pretty high, and I'm really curious to see how crazy this is going to get. And yeah, it'll be interesting to share that with you on the next podcast.
Yeah, that would be fun info to know.
So that was kind of my the secret thing I was going to save to the end about in the what you're working on part. But I would love to see, you know, some really big numbers and people who have put together a formula to just, you know, get some of the higher rounds. And I may depending on how much attention and how much people are into it in the community, yeah, I could see people trying to get to like hundreds.
That would be so crazy, but it's like I can just see people sitting here for hours just trying to, I gotta get to the next one, I gotta get to the next one, and that'd just be so fun. So yeah, I hope to see some responses down below. What are you able to get to?
Yeah, let us know what the highest wave you've done so far, and let us know what wave you think you can get to.
So yeah, I'm excited now to see your video then too, for that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting on Monday. So there's some things in that video that I'm gonna save for the video. Just I want to confirm my thought that what I'm thinking. I just want to confirm it, and it should be in on Monday.
Nice. Well, as a good transition, if you're ready.
Yeah.
Want to know what else might be on Monday or might not be on Monday, but hopefully sometime this month?
Yeah.
There is a new update coming. Not that we've ever talked about that on this podcast before.
There's a what coming? This is the first I'm hearing about it.
No way, really? It's only been weeks on end that we haven't gotten it. But
yes, witches and frogs.
As all the things are linked in the description, here we have an official word about it from the Minecraft Legends X. It's Twitter, you know what it's called. But it says, traveling via land is fine, but we're getting ready to embrace the water. Get ready to leap into the action with Fearless Frog Mounts coming into the next update later this month. Woo!
Yeah.
Now I think we've done a fair share of talking about the frogs. I think that was in our entire last podcast, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I just wanted to spend some time talking about later this month. Kaboom! This month is almost half over.
I know. We got Thanksgiving next week too.
And surely they won't release it during a holiday when everyone's going to be gone with their family eating turkey, right? Eating turkey is not about frogs. Like, that'd be kind of cruel if they released it while everyone was doing their own thing. Like, they're running out of time, though.
Yeah, I'm thinking it'll probably either be the 22nd or the 29th. And I have a feeling that it'll probably be the 29th when it gets released.
It better be.
Because it seems like they like to release things on Wednesdays.
Well, I've started to see people talking about, is it going to be this month or is it going to be at the beginning of December? We don't know. Well, here they're saying in a couple of different posts, oh, it's going to be this month, but as this month goes on, it's still not this month.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they had I'm assuming they see I wish I knew what they were like. Is it all the same people working on the update? Is it the witches? But honestly, I think you and me would agree that we'd rather have it later in the month or even have something pushed if it makes it better. Because I feel like the last thing this game needs is something rushed out quicker or earlier than it should be. And this is another thing that I really wish that I could get in contact with them about. Um, they really should have some gamers like you, me, and Prat, and some of the other guys who are putting up Minecraft Legends videos. Beta test some of these things, because you know I spend a day just figuring out just the little things to understand the mob, to understand the usages, to understand things. And again, I don't mean to keep plugging my video on Monday, but I think if you watch my video on Monday, you're gonna see that there is a issue even with the new Lost Legends when pigs fly, which again, I want to just confirm that it is an issue, but I'm pretty sure it is. But I really think that, and this is a sincere and true offer to the people over there, uh, I would love to beta test the witches and the frogs. And that would do two things. That would, number one, might help find things that you guys missed, and it would also help creators be able to post content on the day of the release. So with those two things, I think it would be a win-win situation. So, you know what, anyone over there, if you're interested, reach out to us. We would love to do anything we could to help with this game and with the updates and things like that.
Well, and even at that, like you said, like finding maybe some errors. I think that we've spent, a lot of good times on this podcast talking about things that maybe went through or went wrong during our run through of our Lost
Hmm.
Legends. Like, and we're just like two people. Like, how many people are getting frustrated because something's not working the way it's actually supposed to, just because it was never play tested or anything. So overall, it's just helping everything out. And I'm not raising my hand saying me. It's just I feel like someone could be doing something to help them help the overall Legends community. Just something in there, yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? I'll be honest. I'm raising my hand, and I'm raising Hound's hand for me. So, and Parat, actually, Parat Gaming, he had reached out to them too. And it's like you just take the Crucible, or you take some of these things that are like really good Lost Legends that could be great. And I don't think it would be, it's like not that much. It's not like redesign the whole game. It's just if you just change it up so the strategy's a little more like a normal thing where, oh, dying hurts me and living and being quicker helps me. And like in this newest Lost Legends, you address when you died, you respawn, and how frustrating is that? You've just been owned by all these mobs just to be respawned and have nothing to fight with. And and there's some other things there. And so I think just looking at some of those little things, and it's not that they have to change it. A suggestion is a suggestion. You can do with a suggestion as you want, but it's like, okay, well, hey, this might, from the gamer's perspective, make this a more of a challenge, and that's what a lot of people are. It's going to be a funner Lost Legends, which I think overall will just help the game out.
Definitely.
So I am looking forward to the frogs and the witches. Which one are you? You got one that you're hoping for more than the other? I'm really curious to see what these buffs are going to be and
Right.
play around with that.
Yeah, it's the little things that it's like we don't know the fine details yet, which is great. I mean, cough cough, get the update on. But like, I'm just wondering how it'll play into our worlds. These are new things, so it's a lot of like wait and see. So I'm having a hard time getting excited about anything. I mean, I'm looking forward to it for sure, but I'm having a hard time getting excited about it until I actually know and can play around and see what they're actually like.
Yeah, definitely. I think yeah, it's been very, and probably on purpose. It feels like it's been very trickly as far as any kind of information. So there hasn't been like a, other than the the witches give you a bubbly buff. And I'm like, is it Willy Wonka's factory? Or do we drink the fizzy pop and float up into the fan? I mean, what is this bubble like? And I think that's a filler, um, because in this last Lost Legends, I made a prediction about the buffs, and I said it was speculation, but there were some buffs that were added in one of the myths, Animal Caretaker, which is a great myth. Creature Caretaker is actually the name. Highly recommend that myth. It's worth it. It's great. 10 out of 10. Um, the buffs in that game give your player like an exploding sword. So if you hit the piglins, they explode. And then the other buff was like a healing bubble and these little like lightning darts that shoot. And then as you increase that buff, it gets stronger and stronger. Well, they totally switched up the buff system in this new Lost Legends, and it's nothing like that. And which is fine. I actually like the buff system in this new Lost Legends. I thought it was very creative and very neat. I do wish they would have had a couple more options for the yellow, because there's only the two. But overall, a lot of fun. I'm really curious. So with that being said, I have no clue what bubbly and buffs are for the witches. Other than within the circle you get a buff, I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's health, range. Um, it's just like you said, you can't really. You're excited, but you can't get too excited because you just don't know what's going to happen with them.
Exactly. Well, if I can carry on with some of the update news, and I know this kind of excites me, and it probably excites you because I know we kind of both are into the cosmetics, but
Hmm.
this is also going to be something new that we didn't know about before that will be, it's saying that'll be in the update later this month. Now, these are kind of some of the things that just get slipped in whenever onto the marketplace, but this will be released, I should say, not as part of the update, but released with the update. And it's, from that original day one, the deluxe edition of Minecraft Legends got you like maybe a few extra characters, and that's it. And I know I've said it on the podcast before that, it's kind of a shame that they didn't do more with that quote unquote deluxe edition. Well, here for this update, what they're adding in with the update is more deluxe edition skins. I mean, nothing too exciting, like just the cosmetics. That's it. But it is some interesting things with the Carrot Commander frog mount. So a brand new mount for your frog right off the bat. So some really cool skins there.
Yeah, these skins look really neat, and I love the different skins. I love the different ones. I just and let me know what tell me what you think about this, Hound. Do you feel like they should make the skins a little more? How can I say this? Like, at the end of the game, you get these accolades like you were the best builder, and you were the best. You traveled the farthest distance. You collected the most rare resources. At the end of the versus games, you have these five slots that if you did that the best, you won that position. I would really really love to see that go towards something like a skin that was a bit like so builders love beetles and builders and beetles, they go hand in hand, they love them. uh from what I've seen, if you're a builder, you get the beetle, you can climb over walls, you don't have to worry about stuff, it helps defend your base. Well, what if they did a beetle skin that had a little construction hat and a little orange vest on, and let's say you win best builder 50 times, uh then you unlock that skin for free.
Right. Well, and
So
and right
something
now,
like that.
this feels harsh towards the new skins but it's the downright truth. Right now, right now, Minecraft Legends is rewarding you for paying with money instead of actually playing the game. Right now, they're
Right.
awarding you for having money instead of actually playing their game. It's like something seems a bit off about that.
Yeah, and I get it. I think, pay for skins and stuff, we got to make the money. I get it. I get it. But make it like, hey, I bought the myth for $6. I have to beat the myth to get the skin, like they did on the first one. So you take the two aspects, and yeah, you're paying money. People need to pay their bills. Completely understand that. Completely support that. Though I could argue the myths are a little on the pricey side, but that's for another podcast. But at least make a skin that you get when you've played it, and so now you're encouraging playtime, and you have a reward that other people in the game can't get unless they've achieved and done found victory in that area. So you're kind of taking that reward theme from the Lost Legends and applying it to the myths. And I think they should apply that also to the versus mode and to the campaign mode. Like, people who beat the game single player legendary campaign, like, make that a really cool skin, or maybe even a set of skins. And then when people see you in game, and they see that skin, they're like, "Oh yeah, that guy. That how'd you get that skin? Oh, I beat the legend. I beat the campaign mode on legendary. Oh, cool." So it's just those rewards. Plus, I'm still hoping for a leaderboard at some point. I'm not holding my breath, but I'm still hoping. But you've got to give people a reason to log in when they sit down at their computer or they sit down at their PlayStation and they say, "What game am I going to play? Am I going to get the new skin and the new Call of Duties, or am I going to try to get the new skin and the new Lost Legends?" Which I think is a really, really good thing to pull people into playing the game. Personally.
Right. Well, I mean,
So
like you said, it's like a thing to pull you in. It's like, oh, I see this person with the skin, and I asked him how you got it, and it's not like, oh, I gave him money. No, I did this thing. I went and I did this hard thing on Minecraft Legends, and now I have this cool looking hero skin. And if you're like going, wow, I want that, it's easy to reproduce, or maybe not necessarily easy, but it's not like, oh, I paid money. No, I went and
yeah,
did this thing, and I feel accomplished for it, and now I have this cool looking thing for it.
yeah, yeah, and I love it that people are like, man, 10 round can't beat it. Like, so if you see someone with that tiger round, that they uh, sh- beat round 10, which is a really, really difficult round to beat. If you're uh, kind of just like, oh, wow, all of a sudden into it. So you got to try, you got to practice, you got to be good enough to get that through that level. And so I really think that they should take that concept and apply it to a lot of this game in different areas. And I think it would be a really cool thing to be able to unlock. And maybe that's harder than I realize. I don't know. But you do it for Lost Legends, so I don't think it could be that difficult to apply to the other aspects of the game.
Exactly.
And I don't have a problem with the money. Like, I do know you got to pay your bills, but I think there's a balance there.
Definitely. Well, is that everything you have though for the new info?
Yeah, I think that's everything. I'm trying to remember if I had forgotten anything, but um, the only other thing was if we wanted to bring up something that I've not been able to live down. I'm not sure if you've had to go on BetterHelp and find a therapist or not. I was looking into it to deal with the emotional trauma of what happened to us in a certain series a couple weeks ago. If anyone
Yeah.
has not seen that, uh, should we talk about that or should people
Yeah.
go check the video out?
I think we can talk about it a little bit and send them on their way to go check it out because, oh man, what a sad day it was. Such a sad day.
Yes.
Now,
So
um,
go ahead.
I think we talked about this as well in the past, but that was before we did the second episode, and since the last time we talked about the hardcore series, um, we did an episode two, and now I went into it knowing that I was going to die at some point, right? That was a given. But I thought I was gonna be the first one to die, and we're out saving the skeletons, just like we said we were going to, and we're just having a happy little time. And kaboom! It was nice knowing you.
Oh my gosh, Hound, I've watched that clip probably 100 times. And I just wasn't thinking. I got sloppy. I was like, my mind went to creepers for some reason. And I was just walking out and totally didn't. What I should have been doing was realizing I was down half my hearts and I should have been panicking. And I should have been running out of there like, oh no, I'm about to die. And brain shut down, brain no work. And the next thing I know, the screen pops up and I'm wordless, I'm breathless. I'm like, I'm speechless. And I talk a lot. Like when I live stream, everyone's constantly saying, "Hey, you sure talk a lot." I had
Oh, what a
nothing.
compliment!
I had nothing to say. I was speechless. I was shocked. I was dumbfounded. I was like looking for the rewind button. What is it? F12. I was whatever those people do in hardcraft Minecraft worlds where they hit it right as they're dying. But it was all over. My hope of a multi-series hardcore defeating the piglins just evaporated as fast as that stupid smog from those piglin spore spreaders dropped, sending me to the fountain of shame.
And you were so sad there. It was so sad to see you there alone. So then about a half an hour later, I think I guess fate wanted me to come join you.
Yeah, and I thought it was hilarious of what killed you.
Our favorite, the one and only.
Our Yep, our favorite, the guy with the best rolls, the guy the yeah, the armadillo showed up and brought Hound's run to an end.
And I did it also in such a stupid way. I mean, we both died so stupidly. Not to give you any credit that you don't want, but we
Yeah.
both.
How I will grow stronger off my failures, Hound. I've had that shared with me several times about uh used it only makes me stronger. It only makes me stronger. I I'm a much more cautious person going into any kind of hordes now. And the only thing that's really made me want to do is to do another hardcore series by myself maybe and try to like and call it Redemption. And
Redemption.
yeah, and then the sad part is if I was to die from another spore spreader, I'd probably just delete the series before I released it.
Not again. So, what's more fatal though? The spore spreader or the pigmadillo? I mean, both can be so much fun.
Yeah, how many hearts did it take from you when it hit you? It seemed
Well,
like it was taking him four.
here's the thing. I was already half dead. So, I feel like it could have been more. It's just how I decide to play out the situation. But yeah, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't him. It was me.
Do you feel like you should have run earlier?
Well, here's the thing. I was at the village just I mean, I was beforehand. I was out walking around already half dead. I was like, okay,
You almost drowned.
I gotta get back to the village for safety.
Mm.
And well, here's this pygmadillo, and it's like, well, I've already gained half of my health back, so I was like, you know what? I'm a survivor, so bring it. And he did. And he did.
Yes. So, yeah, so we'll see what happens. The hardcore series is happening right now. Episode 3 was recorded a week ago. And so you can see that on Perhot's channel. And if you go to Void's channel on Twitch, The Void, you can see his Twitch channel, you can see his perspective. It's unedited, so it's just the whole thing. And you may be able to see some of his video in Perot's. So check those out. If you go to the first episode, his Twitch channel is linked in the comment in the description section. My fault. In the description section. So you guys, if you're interested, you can go check that out. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, I really hope the guys beat it. And it's going to be very interesting. We need to get episode 4 recorded. And yeah, so go check out those two channels, as they will have the rest of the hardcore series on it.
Nice. Yeah, and if they die as badly as we did, well then we get to laugh in their face as they laughed in ours. Right, right, right. Go team.
Yeah. Yo, it's I watched their episode 3. It was very interesting. They both came really close to dying. So
Well, I'll have to go check that out.
And maybe one of them did die. I don't know. I'm not going to tell you. You're going to have to go check their videos out to see.
Yeah, I've been waiting for episode 3. It's like I may no longer be in the series, but it's like I want to see how this comes out, see how all my hard work didn't help them at all. I mean,
yeah, how they continued on over our dead corpses. Oh, and the funny part was that Void was like, "Don't get the skeletons," and I was like, "Nah, I'm gonna get the skeletons," and then that was my reward.
Perfect.
Yep.
So they make this little thing called karma, and it wins every time. It's amazing.
Yep. So yeah, so that is I think that's everything. Is that everything? What's going on with your channel? What are you working on right now?
Well, as you may or may not have seen, well, may or may not have, because there hasn't been much lately from my end. I recorded. Oh, let's see. I made a video about a month and a half ago, and it's all uploaded. All I need to do is hit the post button. I'm probably going to do that tomorrow morning is my goal, but it's still a Legends recording from 2 Lost Legends ago. It's not a Lost Legends, but I need to get going on that main campaign again. I have 1 horde left, and now the other day I recorded the next one and have started editing that. So now that I spent some time, did that side series, died a little bit, it's now time to really finish off that first run through of the campaign. And yeah.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Super excited.
And then, after I'm done, I get to play it again.
You're gonna go through the campaign again?
Although I'll probably do it in a much faster atmosphered pace instead of like taking, oh, let's see, 16 episodes to do it since the beginning of this last summer. Right? I wasn't too good about posting videos. Like I said, it's been a month now since the last main one, but I might do kind of not a speed run, but a speed edit, like show less but yet more.
Right,
Like
right.
you don't need to see every tree that I chop down or my strategies. It's like if you want to know why I'm doing something, then you can watch, the original series, but now I might be doing less overall, but maybe diving into depth, like more on strategies and stuff. That's kind of my goal as I sit, but nothing set in stone because I still got to finish the first one, which I'm excited to do.
Awesome. Yeah, they're going to be adding they might be adding a speedrun category for legendary, which is what I'm hoping they'll do. And not to go, I could spend a half an hour going into some of the really cool things I've been learning since I've started getting into speedrunning. Um, but if they go to the legendary time, it'll no longer be time locked, and so you're going to get a lot more variety and range of times, and that could be really really cool for a speed run. So I am thinking about doing a hardcore speed run, or not hard. I'm sorry, not hardcore, not hardcore. Legendary speed run, just a legendary speed run. That is how fast can I beat the game in legendary mode, and then try to get that as a base time, and then see if they'll put that up on the speedrunners forum. So if people are interested, go over there, let us know in the comments below, and we will let the people over there know that people are interested. Because that's really what it is. We really need to get people involved. And so if you can get involved through commenting, through liking, through subscribing, through playing the game, showing up for the live streams, sharing our videos, all that stuff is helpful, and it really helps people to know how interested people are in Minecraft Legends.
Definitely. 100%. And speaking of the whole commenting thing, you should comment what was your favorite part of this podcast as well as part of the many things to comment in the description because I believe that's it.
Yeah. And I'm not sure when this is going to go out, but tune into my live streams. If there is a Lost Legends that you have a struggle beating, show up on my stream. Go over to my channel. I'll be changing up the days that I stream after Thanksgiving, so I don't want to give the dates out right now. This Tuesday we're going to be running When Pigs Fly, and I'm hoping to get some people there. Hound, I don't know if you're available or not during that time. Love to see you if possible. Would love to run that with you, get that skin unlocked. But if you may have gotten around 10 like Hound did and didn't make it, show up this Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be running that Lost Legends, and then in the future, I will be running other Lost Legends. So just jump on and be like, hey, I'd really like to do this Lost Legends, and I will do my best to work that in to that live stream. So please join me in that, and it is a fun time.
Yeah, I have watched bits and pieces, and you really do a good job, and your live streams have been gaining popularity. So anyone, please do really head over, support Kaboom, doing amazing things.
Awesome. Thanks, Hound. I really appreciate that.
Well, thank you for being a part of yet another one of podcast. I mean, how
Oh,
many
yeah.
how many Lost Legends
Thank,
have we talked about now? And there's still so many more things to come in the legendary world. So,
definitely.
also, if you are enjoying this on either YouTube or Spotify, well, there's also YouTube or Spotify, the opposite of whatever you're watching this on, because we do have other links. We have Twitter that does the news, like some of the things that we talked about inside of here. Everything is on our link tree. And I suppose I should talk about our Twitch. Believe it or not, I tried to stream this, and it failed miserably. So right now, the Twitch is at a pause. I know I've talked about it so much, built up so little hype at the ends of the last few of these podcasts, and it came out to be an epic failure. So if you're looking forward to Twitch, we'll stop looking forward to Twitch because it doesn't exist for a little while. But yeah, we have links other places. You can check them out in the description. And adios.
Bye.